An example of working behind border strategy is an essential part of meeting the increasing demand for dairy products from emerging markets. And we expect to keep growing and investing in these areas over time. But having a presence on the ground isn't the only thing we work towards to achieve results in this market. Compared to just a few years ago, the production environment and the global market for dairy products is much more complex than what it was 10 years ago. Consumers are much more engaged and aware about the products they're eating than they were even, say, at the beginning of this century. The contemporary consumer wants to know more about what they and their family are eating, how it was made, where the ingredients came from, who made it, and what steps the food producer took to ensure the integrity of not only the ingredients in the specific product, but also the production process itself. Consumer awareness of these issues have been driven in part by increase in media attention on issues of health, well-being and nutrition, as well as more readily accessible information about food and food production, its impacts on the environment and its potential effects on the nutritional benefits of particular foods. Interestingly enough, across Asia, a lot of countries exist obviously in the Asian dynamic, and these markets are moving at different rates considering their own wealth aspirations or access to free trade. So with these factors in mind, for Fonterra, meeting the growing demand for consumers in Asia isn't simply a case of producing more milk or investing in capacity. It's also about investing in capability and aiming to exceed customer expectations in the terms of nutritional integrity of what they're eating, while ensuring a secure and robust supply chain, from the time cows are milked through to the products leaving our shores. At Fonterra Australia, these practices are an essential part of what we mean when we talk about sustainability. In the context of dairy, they are becoming increasingly important in our global operations, the way that consumers perceive purchasing product from us. By focusing on sustainability, we are aiming to achieve growth in both milk production and dairy consumption without compromising the future. We focus on these issues for two reasons. First and foremost, it actually is the right thing to do. Secondly, operating in a sustainable way will deliver economic benefits, not only for our organisation, our shareholders, but also farmers globally. In 2010, as a result of these aspirations, Fonterra's normalised EBIT in Asia rose 31%. A key part of the strong revenue growth was the success of products that delivered strong nutritional benefits for our consumers. As I mentioned earlier, there's a strong and ever-increasing awareness about health, nutrition and wellness in Asia. Dairy is seen as gold standard. It's a product that consumers are increasingly looking for formats to consume dairy that go beyond the traditional products of cream and milk powder. New mothers, for example, are increasingly keen to ensure that their children have access to the best quality infant milk powders available. Fonterra Australia now produces over 50% of the infant formulations that Fonterra produces at a global level. To meet this demand, our focus has been on researching and developing nutritional products that are all about adding value to the consumers in this region, because this translates in revenues and returns back to the farm gate. We focus on both adult and child nutrition with our market-leading products, which include Anlene, a leading adult nutritional dairy product in all markets in Asia with a market share greater than 70% today, and Anmum, which is the #1 maternal milk product in China, Philippines and Malaysia. As an example, our Anlene drink was invented in 1991. Since the product was launched, 3 billion serves have been sold in Asia. The drink is clinically proven to prevent osteoporosis, but its success lies in the fact that it was backed by strong research and is well supported by third-party organisations. We back products such as Anlene with a strong belief in supporting the nutritional needs of consumers in Asia. Fonterra supports also World Osteoporosis Day, in which 10,000 people took part in a walkathon in Indonesia last year. And we provide mass bone scanning services to consumers through the Anlene Bone Health Check Scheme. This program has delivered 4 million scans since 2006 and found that 1 in 3 people scanned have been identified as being at risk with osteoporosis. This provides new insights for us as to how we can create further innovations and develop new products to support adult dairy nutrition in Asia and contribute to an improved well-being amongst our customers. The bottom line is, to be successful, we need to be innovative in our approach in delivering dairy nutrition in what is fast becoming an incredibly sophisticated market. The process of innovation, research and development around high-value nutritional products is an ongoing one for Fonterra globally as well as here in Australia. We are continually seeking to improve our skills and ability to deliver exceptional quality, safe products in a sustainable way. Ensuring the integrity of our supply chain is a key part of this process. Here in Australia, our factories produce a significant volume of nutritional powders for the global export market. And to ensure we meet the expectations of our customers in these markets, it's absolutely essential we have the absolute faith in the safety of our supply chain, from the farm gate right through our manufacturing process. This is an important part of our sustainability strategy here in Australia and will help us to continue to be able to achieve growth in the international nutritional markets, in particular in Asia. Our path to delivering nutritious dairy products the world needs is evolving at a rapid pace. And Asia is a good yardstick, I guess, in terms of at what pace things are changing when you look at the consideration of what happened 2 or 3 years ago with melamine in China through to where that market is driving global aspirations, in particular the supply into China. As I've explained today, operating sustainably is a central part of Fonterra's ability to meet the unique nutritional needs of not only our Asian consumers, but for all dairy consumers around the globe. At the heart of our business is milk, and milk is a product of nature, so our journey towards achieving our goals starts with the fundamentals. In addition to the environmental factors, our holistic approach to sustainability also means that nutrition and food security are key platforms for achieving growth in new markets. Dairy is what makes us tick, but in the modern consumer age, it's imperative that we deliver both what our consumers need right now, as well as keeping an eye on the future and understanding what they will need in the future. By ensuring the integrity of our supply chain, developing consumer confidence in the food products that we produce, and by being committed to research and development in the nutritional space, we'll be well placed to continue to meet the growing and ever-changing needs of the consumers in Asia and translating that back into farm gate returns. Thank you.